Yeah.
388
That's a Ghostly Sentinel, right? What's stopping the Ghostly Sentinel from attacking? What am I missing? Dampening Pulse is in play. You missed the Dampening Pulse because it wasn't actually on our board.
Oh.
That means the Ghostly Sentinel is only a 2/3, and the Griffin can hold it off. So Dampening Pulse, making Scott Marcuson's creatures all a little bit smaller.
Okay, I'm in the penalty box feeling shame.
It wasn't even on the mat. I'm not going to hold that one against you. Oh, on result, Reed Duke loses his 3 Pro Point anti-match. Welcome to the Pro Tour, Su Wang Yim. And
who's playing next week, by the way?
Yeah, welcome to Pro Tour Atlanta.
Yeah.
Su Wang Yim is joining the scrum. Tiebreakers just below Chris Benefels. Assuming this match ends, we're going to have 11 people for 7 spots.
Yeah, so it went the full distance.
12 people in top 8 contention as they read out the list, and only one of them has actually clinched.
Yeah. Which, amongst all these superstars of the game, you would not have put money on it being John Graham. So congratulations to him.
True story.
And that's nothing against John Graham, who, this is my first interactions with him this weekend, and fantastic job. If you finish first out of 1,820 people when that's over half the Pro Tour sitting in the room kind of thing, just wonderful. Great job.
So is Magnus Lento actually going to get to Kiora's ultimate? Is that how this match is going to end?
Well, it's not clear whether that's how it will end. It may be
3
about
cards
to happen.
3 cards.
But the question is, how many creatures can he have enter the battlefield under his control between now and the end of the game?
He's presumably been saving them.
Right.
I mean, this is how he wins, right?
Don't forget, he only gets 24 Power of Octopuses each time. Just the 3/8/8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures on board. And of course, yeah. Maybe he gets there with no cards in his library. Maybe it's the lethal attack with no cards.
All right, here's Kiora's ultimate.
All right.
I was involved in sorting all the emblems and tokens. I was bribed with free drafting. There should be a Kiora emblem in a box in the feature match area. I want to see it.
Yes, get the Kiora emblem right now.
And the octopuses. Octopi?
Oh.
We've got the octopi and the Kiora emblem to go with them.
Okay, here's a fertile thicket. Let me look at the top 5, except I haven't got a top 5 to look through.
Only 3. Make a plan.
Yeah, so there's at least 1 land in Lanto's hand. I mean, it's lovely to set up the octopus, but you do actually have to make a creature arrive under your control. You can have it fight target creature. Yeah, it will do it. I mean, it will be enough as long as he can trigger it. The thing is, look, he can't have it now, because if he had it right now, surely he would have just gone, do it, let's have a fight target creature. Right. So the emblem's in play.
Right. Then you get the 3 octopuses, right?
No, only when you cast a creature. It now says whenever a creature enters the battlefield. Now, if he makes a creature, then he'll get 3 octopuses, and then they can fight.
That's not what it says. It's, quote, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may have it fight target creature, end quote.
Yeah.
Then put 8/8.
Yes.
So you get an emblem with, quote, end quote, then put 3 octopuses onto the battlefield. Doesn't he get the 3 octopuses?
We should have a little check on that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, you get the octopuses.
Okay.
The emblem is what causes the fight. You only ever get 3 octopi.
Sorry, guys and girls in the chat room. Unsurprisingly, this is the first time I've seen Kiora's ultimate in action.
I'm not reading it wrong, am I? Which one of us does chat agree with?
Oh, they agree with you.
Yeah.
People like Yamijura saying that I'm just clearly an idiot. Well, fair enough.
No, I mean, the template isn't, transparent, but the emblem has, quote, 187 fight, end quote. But you get the emblem, period, then put 3/8/8s into play, which then get to fight immediately. This is like the spectacular fight. Like, the act of getting the emblem triggers 3 creatures that come into play and get to fight.
Yeah, my only sort of defense here is that in addition to reading the card, which people seem to think is very easy, the world champion of Magic
Lanto agrees
Online
with you.
is
Lanto had
also unaware of how his own card works. The
Lan-
one that's going to win him the game and potentially get him into the top 8. So I don't feel like
he
I'm alone.
even played this land. Like, he didn't put the octopuses into play. He activated it to get the emblem and then got the land. So there's actually kind of a judge call here where, like, is that a triggered ability that he missed?
Oh. Yeah, I absolutely believe you guys at home, and especially I believe Land's delicious. Randy is right, Rich. L2 judge here. Absolutely.
But now what happens, Lanto was also confused, and Lanto has taken an action since not putting the octopi onto the table. He
Yes.
played a land afterwards, looked at his library. So is that a triggered ability, or did he misplay an activated ability?
So we're hearing that someone says tokens are mandatory, fight isn't. Someone says a GRV has occurred.
Oh, GRV has clearly occurred.
Right. Someone says, how do you miss the trigger of a Planeswalker
I think we have
Ultimate?
the ability to turn up their audio and hear what they're saying, but I don't know which button it is. Oh, there's no audio.
They are, yeah. I think there is a conversation taking place.
Yeah.
So I tell you what we're going to do, because, let's be honest, we can get ourselves into some trouble here, because I clearly can't read, which is, worrying, because normally I thought I'd been getting quite good at that since I was about 3. So meanwhile, while they resolve exactly what's going to happen with those octopuses, let's recap where we are in terms of the standings, who's in the mix.
All right, we got one player on 40 points. No one can pass him. John Graham will be your number 1 seed. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players that have gotten themselves to 39 points.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 spots in this top 8 available for players on 39 points. So 3 of those guys are going to miss. 7 of them are going to get in. However, the winner of this match will join them. It's actually 7 of 11 who are going to get in, and 4 people are going to miss the top 8 on tiebreakers.
Okay. So
Assuming this match ends with a winner,
yes.
if this match ends in an unintentional draw, then they both miss top 8.
Yeah, a while ago, I think
They just let him put the land back in his hand due to the confusion.
Okay.
That was Magnus Lanto putting that land back in his hand. It looks like they're going to get to back up to the point where the Kiora ultimate ability was misplayed.
Right.
So, the 39-point players in tiebreaker order coming into the round: Rietzel, Andrew Main, Raf Levy, Sam Pardee, Jeremy Dizani, Joe LaFrenz, Chris Benefel, Su Wang Yim, Tomoharu Saito, Lucas Duco. So of those, if nothing changed on breakers, Duco would miss, Saito would miss, Yim would miss, and assuming we get a winner here, Benefel would fall to the wrong side of the bubble. But we're talking about like 65.6, 67.2, 68.1, 68.8, 69.4. It's close.
Yeah.
Like, they're close enough that they could totally swing.
You may have spotted that our cameraman has gone a little bit wider. That's because now there are indeed 24 power of octopuses. Octopi.
In play?
Yeah. That black bit down the bottom, that's in play.
And do we get to put the fight trigger? Does he get to play the fight trigger, or did he miss that?
I think we don't know, and I think we'll find out when we see whether half the board is missing in just a moment.
Yeah, I saw the match result slip just get picked up, presumably by a judge to write the game rules violation on the back of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a while back you said, assuming this game ends in a win.
Right.
Well, maybe just assuming this game ends. I'm just
Well, I mean, they will get a time extension for the
yeah,
judge
of
call.
course.
And, I mean, it's not going to last much longer. There's only 3 cards in Magnus Lanto's library. So, I mean, if we went to 5 extra turns right now, Marcuson would not quite have time to deck Lanto, but if they get one more turn cycle in, then Lanto's on the hook to get decked.
Magic. Such a simple game.
So Marcuson is thinking. Now, Marcuson is now tapping 4 mana, presumably because he needs to respond to... It's got to be the fight triggers on the stack, right? What else would he be responding to here? The octopi have come into play. Magnus Lanto apparently does get to fight with those octopi. It's a super sweet ultimate when you play it correctly, right? Sure, it's great that creatures coming to play get to fight things. How about you get 3 8/8 creatures coming into play right now? What would they like to fight?
So Scott Markison, who... Right, so he's going to smite the monstrous.
One of them.
One.
And then the other 2 fight down creatures.
Yes.
Now Magnus Lanto can play the land.
Yes. And he still won't get to look at the top 5 because there still aren't 5 to look at.
Just the 3. But does he have an attack? I mean, Markison's down to 4 creatures. Does Magnus not have any creatures left in his hand? I don't know how long he's been building up. I mean, we came in...
Kiora was around when we arrived, yeah.
He did play the one big Eldrazi since we got here. So he chose to play that before the Kiora emblem went off. Yeah, all right. He's bringing it.
Yes.
Attack with these 7.
Remember I said a little while ago about practicing combat and blocking and... Yeah.
These guys have... Well, Lanto has spectacular tiebreakers. Markison will have to sweat.
There is every chance, and looking out to our left towards the main event tables, that this is in fact the last match of the round and of the tournament, apart from the top 8. Not for sure, but
every chance.
They've been going for a while. You'll see one of our players in the top 8 draft live. We'll then record a second drafter to play that back while the players build pre-quarterfinal, and then it'll be bang, bang, bang. Quarters, semi, and final. Back to back to back as we head into the evening here at Grand Prix Madison. The hors d'oeuvre before the main event of Pro Tour Battle for Zendikar next week.
All right, Markison survives that attack step on 2 life.
Planar Outburst.
Draws a card.
Go on, I dare you.
If it's Planar Outburst, he goes to the top 8. It's not Planar Outburst.
There's still land creatures on the other side, or a land creature.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Yeah.
Smite something huge. Get rid of amongst the spoiler. Let's try this again.
Wow.
Smash.
Magnus Lanto, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you, Magnus, for that fascinating walk through the delights of the bottom there. That is Magnus Lanto getting to 39 points, and that will do a pretty intriguing last round here at Grand Prix Madison. You get an emblem with quote whenever... Oh, hi, welcome back to the booth. Yeah, interesting. Glad that happened this week. My lord.
We're playtesting too.
Absolutely. You know, we do the best we can. Sorry about that. I do actually now know what that does. So thanks everyone in the chat. At least, it was an emblem on a mythic planeswalker, not, let's say, an activated ability on a blue common. I feel like my knowledge of the set is marginally better than that. So, you know, we do what we can. Anyway, welcome back to the booth, where we have no idea at all who's actually in the top 8. Now, quite honestly, if Randy can't tell you just by doing his mega calculation brain on the math, it basically means we are into the realm of just minuscule fractions between any number of people based on someone who played on table 43, having played 3 of these 11 people earlier on Saturday, maybe.
I'll say this much. I don't like Lucas Duco's chances.
Okay.
His breakers are by far the worst. He's not going to leapfrog 4 people.
Right. Okay.
I don't really like Saito's chances of leapfrogging 3 people. He's a couple of points behind the bottom of the scrum.
Right.
And he had to leap 3 people. Su Wang Yim is where it starts to get interesting. He's a couple of points ahead of Saito, a couple of points behind Benefel. I certainly don't think Su Wang Yim will make it. I